Just a sec.
Alright.
Alright, how's that?
Yeah, it's just good, huh?
Okay, so you start.
Alright, so, I gave you all those links pretty much, cause,
I haven't read any of those links.
oh, you haven't? Okay. Well, you
No.
should look at them, like, for some arguments, and...
Yeah. So
Well,
you're the one who's meant to be arguing, right?
well,
I'm gonna counter argue.
yeah, of course, you're gonna come with your own argument, yeah.
So first, you come up with your argument.
Okay, so, first of all, I'm a 5-point, Anti-Nicene or Anabaptist, like, I gave out the 5 points that I hold to versus the 5 points you hold to. Like, for example, we Anabaptists, we believe in zero killing, zero coveting. The third one is zero divorce. The fourth is zero oaths, and the fourth is zero self-defense. While you're a post-Nicene, you believe in the exact opposite.
What's the opposite of no divorce, though? Like divorce every day, or?
That would be like allowing divorces and like.
Yeah, but how many? And what conditions?
Well,
any condition, I guess.
Like many conditions, like in the Catholic Church, like it's rare to allow divorce, and but like on certain occasions, like if it's for like adultery, that's when like they would initiate a divorce. But we Anabaptists, we don't really divorce really at all. And
yeah, but what if there is adultery? You just can't do anything. You just have to let them keep committing adultery. Isn't that a bit strange?
Well, they would not be. They shouldn't be married to begin with.
Yeah, but it's too late. They've already married.
No. Well, they have to repent and then hopefully continue that marriage. And
you know, it just sounds like this religion is very impractical.
So you're You're a Catholic, right?
It works. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. And you believe in war is okay? Do you believe God makes?
Yeah, sure. What was okay if it's justified? Sure.
Like, do you believe in the Crusades and stuff?
What do you mean believe in the Crusades?
Like, do you believe that was a just war? Like, do you think God ordained?
No.
Like he went out to
No,
kill?
not really. I don't think that was a just war. Yeah. No, that's
okay.
a bit over the top.
Because that was a religious war, if you will, with with both Jews and Muslims, and in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus never, like in our Anabaptist theology, we don't see how God tells us to make war with unbelievers and to force them to the faith or anything.
I don't think that's written in Catholicism anywhere either.
Well, you should see that first link I gave you on the Just War Theory debate at Faneuil Hall. It's between Anabaptists and Catholics, and if you watch that, you'll see how the earliest fathers of the church, they were pacifists, and then later Augustine of Hippo, he wrote books of just war theory. Like when Christianity,
it doesn't matter though.
Well, when Christianity became the state religion of the Roman Empire.
But it doesn't matter. This happened in the past, and the Christian faith keeps evolving and changing.
Well, it does matter,
whereas your church fathers don't.
Well, no, I don't believe in the post-Nicene fathers. I believe in the original Ante-Nicene fathers, where they were pacifists before the.
But your faith is very fixed, and it doesn't account for real life circumstances.
Well, we follow strictly the original teachings of Jesus. We don't believe in evolution of theology that contradicts
How do you
his.
know that Jesus wrote the things that you believe in?
Well, the apostles gave it to us. So you read Irenaeus as a contra heresies. He tells us what the church canon was of the Bible and what the original beliefs were, and that was before Constantine. And I
But
reject
you have to
Constantine.
take his word for it. He's just one person.
Well, he's one of our many ante-Nicene fathers. He's very important on theology, and without Irenaeus, we wouldn't know what to believe. And if
Of course, he interpreted what to believe based on these gospels,
yeah,
but he's not infallible, and I think the faith needs to be updated continually.
well, that will contradict Jesus' words, and then that's how you have Protestantism, and that's why I see
But why do you think it is uh, there's not many Anabaptists? Where did
well,
they all go?
well, we're isolated, if you will, because the world doesn't like to seek the truth at all. Just like
I think if it was true, more people would follow it.
no, it's just a matter of the people that they choose the world over the truth. It's not going to be popular at all. That's why the sheep are few, and so was the original faith. They were few in number.
I think it's few because it's impractical and doesn't help anyone to have these fixed beliefs about you can't go to war, you can't get divorced, you can't kill, you can't retaliate. It's just not
Well,
useful
then
in
you're
today's society.
well, then by definition you're a Protestant, and
I'm a Protestant.
you reject Jesus' teachings, and
No, I don't, because
well,
I think you've misinterpreted Jesus' teachings.
no,
Like the qualities you
show
talk
me
about
where.
are like good qualities to have, but there's always extreme circumstances,
Well,
and
show
it's
me where.
absurd to apply it.
Show me where in the Sermon on the Mount I'm contradicting Jesus, because I'm just preaching what he originally taught.
What like he just told like parables and stuff. I don't understand.
It wasn't just
He
no, not
just like gave stories.
you. See, you don't understand this in Catholicism that it's more than just parables. It's also that he gave us new commandments, and only the Anabaptists have figured out for the last 2,000 years that Jesus he's like he came to give us new commandments, or in Hebrew, new mitzvot, and a new law, or new Torah, if you will. And we're not under the old covenant anymore. Essentially, Catholics and Protestants, they're still stuck in Old Testament theology, because they still go to war, they still believe in oaths, and
I think it's separate that they go to war. That's more state influence. It has nothing to do with the religious teachings themselves.
well, it is well. That's why we have the first and fifth points of Anabaptism. It says to not defend yourself, and and Jesus says if you're angry with your brother without a cause, you're in danger of the judgment. And he's basically saying don't defend yourself, don't go to war, etc. And it's a new teaching that's not in the Old Testament at all.
Hmm.
So I don't see how Protestants or Catholics or well, I call it's all Munsterite theology. I mean, I call all you guys Munsterites because it's the same theology. In the Munster Rebellion, you had or pseudo Anabaptism. They started copying the Catholics and Protestants when they started do warfare and stuff. The Munsterites, by the way, it was like a quasi Islamic.
Why do you say Islamic?
Well, the Munsterites, they were Anabaptists who went apostate. They were quasi-Islamic. They were iconoclastic. They were polygamous, and they were fake Anabaptists because they believed in going to war and
True.
killing.
But these Monsterites are another group of people completely. So
Well,
how could you call us all Monsterites?
I
I don't
call
understand.
all you guys Munsterites because it's the world against the original faith. And I mean, if you think about John Calvin and Luther and all these guys, they're burning the they're called Sattlerite Anabaptists. These are the true Anabaptists who are pacifists, and the people who are killing them they're under the similar system of just warfare and doing oaths and stuff.
Mm.
And
I don't
so
think the
I,
Catholics still believe in just warfare, though.
yeah, well, they do. Yeah, the people still well they have you go to these well, let's see, we had the Vietnam War and the Korean War, and a lot of people there they were
Mm.
Roman Catholics. So, I mean, people there
Yeah, there was an email.
Catholic and they go to these
Just
wars.
individuals, they have their faith and they have their religion, but then they have their own other. Just the way they live is not necessarily exactly following the faith. That's their own issue. It's not the issue of the Catholic faith.
Well, I mean the
The fact
cat.
that they contradict themselves. Everyone contradicts themselves. I
Well,
bet you contradict yourself as well.
well, you can show me the scriptures. I'd be interested.
So do you never commit any sins?
Sure, I commit sins. Yeah, we all sin, but
Well, then you're not a true Anabaptist. You're a monster, right?
no, I'm not because I don't believe in war.
Well, any kind of if you've ever been angry at someone, that's an act of war.
No, I'm not using
Losing your temper, having evil intentions, these things lead to war. These things are just a small version of war.
Yeah, but our anger is not. When I get angry, I repent. Like I don't let it go into like
Yeah,
physical
Catholics
combat.
repent as well.
Yeah, but they don't teach pacifism at all.
I think they do teach pacifism. I
No,
think you've never been to a Catholic church before.
no, I'm growing up Catholic. I've went through the whole thing for about 19 years. I've
And
seen it
your
all.
priest talked about going to war and divorcing people? I don't think so.
Uh, uh,
Yeah,
uh,
you just went for the free bread and wine.
no. How familiar are you with Anabaptist theology, by the way? Like,
Oh, you've told me the 5 points.
yeah, okay,
What else is there?
okay. Let's see here. Um, it's brain blowing stuff, and it gives me headaches when I try to figure this stuff
Have you
out.
watched many documentaries about Jesus and then finding his like bones and what is it called, that little box that he's in?
An ossuary, I think.
Yeah, that's it, the ossuary.
Yeah, I think I've seen those videos. Yeah.
What about the Jesus movement? What do you think of the Jesus movement?
Jesus movement. I haven't heard much about that, but I think I've heard of it like a few times, but I haven't looked into it much.
Because your whole thing is like going right back to the origins, because you think that's the most pure and
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. My three top
I'm just
favorites.
saying it's like
Yeah.
a bad interpretation, probably.
Well, I look at my top three scholars that are important are David Berceau, Dean Taylor, and John Yoder. I believe these were some of the three most intelligent scholars in the 21st century in
It sounds
theology.
like your faith is very compatible with Buddhism.
Well, yeah, I get accused of that. I was called that by people. Like I'm a Buddhist because I don't believe in hurting people or etc. or join the
Yeah,
military.
yeah,
And
it's very Buddhist.
yeah, you could call that. Well, then you can argue the same with Adam. He didn't hurt people, so you could say that human beings were originally ascetic, or I don't know if you want to call it that, but. Another thing, we Anabaptists, since we don't do oaths, we don't do the Pledge of Allegiance or We don't worship flags or anything like that. So when you do a
What's wrong
national,
with flags?
when you do,
Nobody worships flags. That's silly.
well, that's what we call it, because when you stand up to a flag, you do a national anthem. We call
Mm.
that worship of the.
Yeah, I think Americans do that. You're right.
Yeah, we don't do that stuff at all, because Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount to do no oaths at all. Let's see, let me pull up the scripture here just a sec.
Are you going to vote in the American election?
Yeah, we don't vote at all. We Anabaptists,
Oh, you're not allowed to vote?
we don't believe in going to office or voting or any of that
Or
stuff.
imparting your will on other people?
No, because King Jesus, he's our only sovereign king, and only his laws we follow. See, we don't believe in following any of the political nations of the earth. We just believe in the celestial kingdom, and that's why in the early church we were being martyred, because we didn't worship Caesar, and we just worshipped the Messiah, if you will, and his commandments. And we have two different worldviews, if you know what I mean.
No, not really. Two different worldviews. That sounds strange.
Well, you have the
There's
Roman
only one world.
worldview and
Yeah.
the Christian worldview. They're not the same worldview.
Hmm.
Okay, so
So what do you think of the Amish?
the Amish. Yeah, I myself agree with a lot of things they say, the Amish. Although I think the Mennonites are better.
Better.
You know who the Mennonites are?
No.
Oh, they're similar. They're started by Menno Simmons, and the reason why we had the Amish and the Mennonites is because Anabaptism was falling apart after you had the Munster Rebellion. So then we had to get back to the basics of Anabaptism, and that's why we had the Mennonites and the Amish, and to get back on the original faith and stuff.
But you're okay with technology. You think technology is fine?
Yeah, I guess you could call me a liberal there, because many Mennonites, they don't believe in technology. Well, other than
Yeah.
that, I'm still Anabaptist, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about eating meat? Do you believe you can eat meat, or are you a
Yeah,
vegan?
yeah, I believe in eating meat. I'm not a vegan at all.
Sorry, I missed that. You cut out.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with anyone being a vegan either. I mean, either way, it's not
Okay.
anything big.
Because you're killing still if you're eating meat.
Well, yeah, I don't believe that killing animals is evil. I think it's just evil when we kill other humans. I mean, when you think about here's how I think about warfare. Like, yeah, for example, imagine me. I go to war in the Middle East, and then there are Christians there, and I have to kill other Christians. Doesn't that sound kind of hypocritical that you're going out to other nations, but then you're still killing other Christians? That's one of my big issues I have with saying
So if you
it's
killed
good to.
Muslims, you'd be okay with it.
No, I wouldn't be okay with killing anyone, but
But then
especially
why
not
did you bring up
Christians.
Christians?
Well, we can't kill Christians or anyone. I'm just saying it. Think of how evil it is to call yourself a Christian, going to war, and then you kill other Christians in other countries, and that's how war is not just. It's evil to begin with.
What does evil mean?
Well,
And
defined already in the 5 points of Anabaptism, killing is evil. Killing human beings, that's what I call evil. Doing oaths, going to war, defend yourself, etc. That's all evil.
Okay, so is there anything else you want to ask me?
Yeah, let's see, hold up. So you're saying you're messianic and Gnostic, and that really confused me. Like you're Catholic, but you're saying stuff like all hail the Gnostics, and like, well, are you a Gnostic now? Or, and you said you're messianic, and like what?
Yeah, have you ever heard of Bobby Hemmett?
No.
No, you should listen to him. He's very interesting.
Okay, well, what is
He
he?
basically talks about how black people are magic. White people just don't understand because they're not black.
Okay, so do you believe the black race is inferior then?
See, my girlfriend agrees that black people are magic.
So
Yeah, you should listen to him. He's very influential in the Gnostic circles. Yeah, so I'm a Catholic. I don't think you can. You have to stick with one religion. I think there's been a lot of wisdom imparted on humans over the centuries, and we have to keep evolving and learning new
oh,
spirituality.
so you're in paganism then? You believe in evolution? Yeah.
I never
See,
said I was pagan.
well, see, that goes back into the ancient mystery religions. You're into Neoplatonism, and because
What's Neoplatonism?
you don't know what Neoplatonism is?
Well, I know that Darth Bane always talks about it.
Yeah, because it's everywhere in what we have in our culture in today. And yeah, evolution that goes back to the ancient Greek religions, and yeah, evolution
So what
is
do Neoplatonists believe? What do they believe?
well to start with. They're dualistic, and they believe in they don't believe in the concrete world. They believe in the world of ideas, like Plato taught in the Timaeus. If you read Plato's writings, he did not believe in the physical world. He was obsessed with the metaphysical world. Yeah,
Aren't you
exactly.
obsessed with the metaphysical world if you think you're going to go to heaven? And
No, I don't believe in the traditional sense that we're going to heaven. No, I believe that we go to the nether world called Sheol, and the Hebrew word is Sheol, and
yeah, but you thought Jesus was magical, didn't you? Like
no,
he not committed, sorry, he performed miracles.
sure, yeah, he did miracles, yeah, but
It's magic, and magic is metaphysical, isn't it?
I don't
Or
believe
is
in
magic real?
magic. I don't. I believe in miracles, but not magic. No.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, the Torah says to not suffer and wish to live, and if you read the Torah, it talks about not allowing the witchcraft and stuff, and so you can't call
You don't think
miracles.
Jesus used witchcraft?
Of course not. If you need to read your
I do.
Torah,
What's the difference?
What? Wait, how's it?
then you need to read your
I
Torah. Then
missed your explanation of the difference between what Jesus did and magic and
I
witchcraft.
just
There's
said the
no, to
difference
me, it's the same.
is miracles and magic, and there's a huge
Sorry, you
difference.
broke up.
Hmm?
You broke up there. Can you say that
Yeah,
again?
miracles is not the same thing as magic. No, the ancient pagan religions believed in magic, and that is those books like Harry Potter and stuff. That is paganism to the core. And these are
If you could
people.
walk on water, that's like a spell. I don't understand how
Well,
that's not magic.
that's a miracle. That's not magic. And you can be
Yeah, but who performed the miracle? Was it
you
God that
you you
created this miracle?
yeah you can be a
Then God is
magician,
a
but you
magician.
can't
Is
perform these.
God magical?
You can't
Well,
perform these.
God must be magical.
You can't perform these miracles if you're just some ordinary person, because you have to believe in the incarnation of the Logos or
So he was just
the
lucky,
Messiah.
basically. It's like anyone who walked on water at the same moment as Jesus would have also walked on water. It was just the timing thing. That's what a miracle is. It's like low probability, but it could happen. To me, what a miracle is.
No, only God makes miracles happen, and
Yeah, so God is magical.
magic is from the acts of human beings out of their own free will.
That's your definition. This was a
Yeah.
different
See,
definition.
I do not believe in your pagan definition of miracles.
I don't think it's pagan. It's common sense.
I
Things
don't
that
know.
you can't explain are either metaphysical, magical. It's all the same thing. There's no difference.
No, it's not metaphysical because it has a point in the physical dimension. It makes itself manifest. So
Yeah, but metaphysical forces made it happen because physical forces wouldn't have made that happen.
well, God is a
Like you
physical
can't
being.
turn one fish into 100 fish. It just doesn't happen in the physical world. You need a special
Well,
metaphysical power
no,
to create.
Jesus did not use metaphysics. No, he did not
But
use
you think just
metaphysics.
an object can just reproduce itself?
Sure, yeah, through God, yeah. God is the creator. He's not
But
some
if
magic
creating
force.
something out of nothing, that's a magical ability. It's not a physical ability. Then if it was physical, you'd see him like with his hands, molding clay or whatever it is, and creating one fish and a second fish, and you'd see it because it's physical. That's how the physical world works. You've
All right,
lived long enough to know how the physical world works.
all right,
You
okay.
can't deny that.
So
So it's
you claim
something
to
beyond
be okay.
physical.
Okay, I hear you. So you claim to be a Gnostic, right?
Yeah, I'm a Gnostic.
Yeah, what kind of Gnostic are you again?
Well, yeah, I just dabble. I've listened to some Bobby Hemmett, and I think that we all have magic inside us, and we just need to
Okay.
learn how to harness it. Just
So,
like Jesus did. I believe Jesus was also a Gnostic.
oh man, that sounds crazy. So you believe he was a Gnostic now? And do you believe in the demiurge?
The what?
The demiurge?
The Damiurge? No, what's the Damiurge?
If you're a Gnostic, you have to believe in the demiurge. You
Oh,
you never heard of the demiurge at all?
the Damiurge. How do you
Yeah,
spell it?
yeah, Demiurge. You never heard of it? Yeah, if you're Gnostic, you have to believe in the nomad and the demiurge. And
A powerful creative force or personality. Yeah, that's like Jesus, and it's like God. A deity in Gnosticism.
yeah, and see the Gnostics, they believe in many deities. They're not true monotheists.
Yeah, see, that would just mean God is the the leader of
And see, if you
all
claim to
the
be a
other
Gnostic,
deities.
you deny the corporate reality of God's body. You don't believe that he has a physical body, or do you?
Who? Who has
Do,
a physical body?
God does.
God.
Do you believe that or not?
Uh, I'm open either way. If it's physical or not physical, it's not
Okay.
relevant.
Well, yeah, it is relevant because it's in the scriptures. The ancient
But it's
Heb
not.
the ancient
Doesn't
Hebrews
change.
did believe it.
Yeah, but it doesn't change like if you believe in him or not. If it's physical or
Yeah,
made of gas or whatever.
the Bible says that God has eyes. He has a body. That he has
The Bible says this.
yeah. If you claim to believe in the
What passage
Bible,
in the Bible says this?
yeah. Hold up here. I'm gonna find it here. Because Plato himself, he did not believe in or the Platonists, they didn't believe that God had a physical body. They believed it was all metaphysical.
Yeah, believe is not a strong word. I'm sure they could be persuaded either way.
Well, they don't believe in a concrete existence. They believe everything is abstract. That's what I'm trying
Everything's
to
a
get at.
draft. Yeah, that's pretty much what I believe. Everything's a draft.
There's a draft. Yeah, you believe in metaphysics then? Yeah, you don't believe in a concrete reality, do
No, I
you?
believe in both. There's physical world and metaphysical world.
Okay, so you're a Gnostic Catholic now, or
Yeah.
so? Okay, but you're still Catholic. Okay, but okay, so hold up. You're Messianic too now.
You're the one who called me messianic.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that you're Messianic or something like that.
Uh, I think that was a joke.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, it's good thing now.
No, screw the messianics.
All right. Well, yeah,
I don't like them.
I think many Messianics they're Judaizers. I mean, I don't call myself
Yeah,
100.
exactly.
Yeah, I don't call myself 100% Messianic. I think it's okay to keep parts of the Torah, but I don't think you have to keep the whole Torah. That's nonsense.
Yeah, burn it. Get rid of it. It's outdated.
Well, it's a J card to get one of those hand buffer things. And sanding other ones.
Do we have the base elbows there?
Yeah, they do. They're like little ones.
Yeah, this isn't really a debate, is it? We're both agreeing on a lot of this.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to figure out what you believe exactly. That's why I'm just trying to see where we're at and stuff. And
But if this was a debate, you'd be losing pretty badly right now.
well, no, well, I know you've been a Catholic for how long exactly now? Since you've been baptized as an infant.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, same here. Well, but
I also went to Catholic school, if you want to talk about that.
okay, yeah. Well, I went through all that, but I've been an
But why did
Anabaptist.
you decide to change? What made you
Well, because
decide to
inconsistent
change?
Catholicism is not consistent at all, and I just figured out it's not. With all these
Yeah,
different churches out there, it's just they
yeah, all
contradict
the
each other.
saints and
So
not necessarily contradiction, but it's just
yeah,
too
and
many
then
things.
when you look at the Ante-Nicene Fathers versus the Post-Nicene Fathers, what happened after Constantine?
And all the controversies recently.
you had to
Yeah,
conclude that the Catholic Church is not the
yeah, I
original
think the
apostolic
Catholic
church.
institution is evil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
The
why.
institution is evil, but doesn't mean the faith itself, like the teachings, are evil. It's just the people who control it are evil, like the Pope, the priests, the Brotherhood.
Yeah, well, it's both. I mean,
Most of the community as well. Most Catholics are evil.
yeah,
The mobsters, the Catholics, they're pretty evil.
yeah,
But
exactly.
me, not me, because I'm also agnostic.
Well, I consider that evil still. I mean,
So you consider me evil?
agnosticism is evil. Yeah.
I've never practiced Gnosticism, but for now I believe in it.
Okay,
Until somebody comes
yeah.
up with
You're off because you need to read the. If you were reading the Ante-Nicene Fathers, you wouldn't be a
The
Gnostic
gays
anymore.
are making me sad, Ricky. Emotional.
The gays are making you sad?
Emotional.
What do you think of homosexuality?
Well, if you read the Torah, they're to be stoned, and you know that
Gay
from
angels.
Yeah,
when you read
but it doesn't say that
Leviticus.
in the New Testament, does it?
Yeah, that's true. And we Anabaptists, we don't believe in killing people ourselves. I mean, we believe they can still be saved and stuff, but we don't believe that.
Hmm.
They're living in a right lawful lifestyle, if you will. I mean, because it's unlawful, and the Bible teaches patriarchy. It doesn't teach matriarchy or egalitarianism or any of
Oh,
this.
okay, yeah. The Old
Is
Testament. The New
yeah,
Testament as well is patriarchy.
yeah. Everything is patriarchal
So
from
are you a
the early
patriarch?
church.
You
No,
believe in the patriarchy? No.
yeah, yes.
So how come if it's...
I believe in a patriarchal form of to society, if you will.
Why
Yeah,
don't you think women can control society?
because I couldn't contradict Genesis 1.
But is
Uh,
there any other reasons, or is it just because it's written in Genesis 1?
yeah, because it's written
Like,
in Genesis 1, 22.
but or do you just think it's convenient because you're a male? So it's written
No,
in
it's
Genesis
not just
1.
because of
You're
that,
a male.
because
It's like, why question it?
it was ordained, if you will, in Genesis, in the
But you don't
first book.
believe in questioning things that you're told.
Well, of course, I would question anything based on the book of Genesis, because I believe in
But
the...
I thought you didn't believe in the Old Testament.
Yeah, but it doesn't all apply today.
So you just believe in Genesis 1 and then the New Testament.
Well, I don't believe in the ceremonial aspects of the law. I just believe in the moral aspects of the law, like you and your theology.
Hmm.
So I don't believe in like the Messianics. They believe that you have to keep the Sabbaths or the stoning people and stuff stuff like that. I don't believe in that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But you believe in the ideas behind them.
yeah.
But you just don't believe in
I
the
believe
consequences.
God ordained them in the for the Jewish people and stuff, but it doesn't. He didn't ordain it in the new covenant for the elect, if you will, for the saints. The end.
Well, I don't have much else to add now.
All right, so Genesis 1:27. Now this is the one. And God made man according to the image of God. He made him male and female. He made them. Now notice carefully here. He made male first and then female, and that's the basic of the hierarchical system of patriarchy. That the male's at the top, and then beneath the male is the female. That's why the Bible teaches that the woman is the
Is
common
God a male
property.
or a female?
It's a male.
Woman.
But
God's a male.
yeah, the women are
What does he look like? What does God look like?
well, we were made in the likeness of the Creator, so he has to look like a human, since we are
Yeah,
made in the image
but be
of
more
the Father.
detailed.
He looks like a human. We are
Yeah, but
we,
what human?
we
What
are
human
made
does he look like?
in the image of the Father. That means that the image of humans, male humans, is what the
Is it like
Father
the
looks
basic
like.
shape, the head, arms,
Correct. Yeah.
feet?
Yeah. God
But like,
looks
what color is
similarly.
God's skin?
Well, yeah. If you want to get literal, he would probably have pale skin, since Adam he was pale skinned, and I don't know if he has brown eyes versus blue eyes, or but
Does it
he
say? Where
probably...
does it say Adam has pale skin?
Well, Adam it says he's red and ruddy, so he can't have like a dark skin, and
He could have like dark red skin, maybe.
no, that's a reference to like he has pale skin. Red and ruddy means you have white skin, so he has to have pale skin, and so that's...
Okay, so then how did people get black skin from this
Well,
white skin?
if you're any race, like if you're this any kind of Caucasian person, and you go to the Sahara Desert, you would turn black over like
Yeah, well,
few
God's been out in the
generations.
sun for a long time. He should be black by now as well.
No, no, see that
Because if you
you don't...
believe that it's the desert that makes him black and God lives forever, he's next to the sun, he's gonna turn black, isn't it? That just makes sense.
Well, you were telling me you're a flat earther, right? Like, do you believe in the flat Earth?
What difference does it make what shape the Earth is?
You told me you're a flat earther, right?
What difference is the shape of the Earth? What does that have to do with my question?
Well, it has everything to do with your question, because if God is near the sun in your cosmology, then you're saying that he would be black, and so that's why I'm trying to figure out if you're a glober here or if you're a flat earther here.
I think if the Earth is flat or a globe, God will be near the sun.
No, the sun. In the flat Earth cosmology, the sun and moon are fixed in the firmament, and God's above the dome, so he's not getting
Yeah.
cooked by the
So then
sun.
he should be like a clear God.
Because
Like see-through.
the heavenly sanctuary is above the sun and moon.
Transparent. He's a ghost.
Yeah.
He,
Well, based on recent evidence, I think the Earth might be round.
Well, in the prophet Isaiah, it says that the God looks down the circle of the earth. There's that the Hebrew word is I believe it's rakim, and you can interpret that as either two-dimensional or three-dimensional, according to some people. If you see these flat earther debates with globers, both sides try to take the Hebrew to mean either two-dimensional or three-dimensional. But from what I see, the scripture seems to hint a two-dimensional cosmology, and I don't believe that the three-dimensional cosmology is what's in the scriptures, because the only people in the ancient world who believed in the globe world was the earliest guys were Pythagoras, then you had Eratosthenes. These were some of the early Greek philosophers. And these were the same guys who birthed the Gnostic system of the Gnostics were based on Neoplatonism, and Neoplatonism is linked with the Pythagoreans and the ancient mystery schools of philosophy. And they all taught that the world was a globe. So yeah, it makes a huge difference whether you believe in a globe or a flat earth. Because almost everyone else, not just the Hebrews, they believe in a flat earth cosmology. You had to go to the Greeks to get the globe theory. Unless you can tell me somewhere else, like, of any other culture that believed in a globe, I'd be interested. But from what I've seen, it's just the Greeks who believe in the globe. And in history class, the earliest guys you learn about who taught the globe was Pythagoras and Eratosthenes.
So you believe in flat or globe?
I'm leaning myself towards the flat Earth. From what I see so far. I mean, I'm open-minded.
But then, how does the sun, like, because I'm in Australia and you're in the US,
yeah.
It's daytime here, it's nighttime where you are.
Well, we believe that.
How is that possible on a flat
No,
disc?
if the flat Earth is correct, that would mean that you're closer to the edge of the dome. Now, if you were to sail out to Antarctica, you would be at the edge of the firmament, and so I'm more towards the center of the center of the Earth, if you will, towards the North Pole.
Yeah.
Which
but like,
like
if the sun is just above one country,
yeah.
Then how come it's daytime in America, Mexico, Brazil? Like, it'll be the whole longitude will all be daylight.
Well, because the sun's on that.
Instead of just one spot, like it's,
Well,
doesn't make sense.
Look at the Earth as a clock, if you will. Like the sun and the moon, they're like a dial. Like the sun is the bigger hand, and the moon is the lower hand, and they're constantly spinning around and around. And then all the continents beneath the sun, or the big hand, is all the continents under daytime, and vice versa when it's nighttime. That's how it works on the flat Earth.
No, yeah, I get it. It just doesn't work because like then the sun will be focused in one spot, and yeah, I think you need too many things. It's too complicated to explain the flat Earth. It's just not practical.
No, with the
Too many
globe.
things don't work, and you have to come up with really complex
Well,
explanations to why they do work,
no,
and then
it's actually very
doesn't make
simple.
it's not intuitively correct.
It's very
If you get like a light,
yeah.
if you get a light or an actual physical globe Earth and spin it around, you can see how the
Oh, well,
day and
we've
night
done
work.
that many times.
You can't do the same thing on a disc. You do that on a disc, it's like it's only
Yeah,
sunny in one spot, or it's bright everywhere, it's dark everywhere.
those experiments
You know?
have been done already for like decades by flat earthers, and
Yeah, but you can't trust flat Earthers because they're
well,
propagandists.
you can say the same
So
with
they
the
probably
globe Earth, but from what I've seen, I myself have seen that the globers, they use all this metaphysical nonsense and stuff, and like, and you study where they're getting their ideas from. It's from Pythagoreanism, and that's nonsense. I call it
why is it nonsense?
pseudoscience. It's not real
Why?
science because it's based on this fake mathematics. If you study
Why is it fake?
Pythagoras,
Pythagoras theorem works. You
huh?
can understand how triangles work with Pythagoras.
Yeah, but he goes into these speculative philosophical equations that have no bearing on the physical dimension. It's all just abstractions. It's not from a literal.
We can only think in abstractions.
Well, that's according to the
We can
Greek
only
mind.
interpret the world through abstractions.
No,
The physical reality is too
the
complicated
physical.
to.
No, it's not complicated. It's a concrete physical existence. It's a fixated world based on the mind of the creator, and it's not based on metaphysics. And
Some animals won't see things that we see. Basically, our perception
yeah,
of the world is based on our internal
no,
ideas and concepts.
animals that do not believe in Greek philosophy, that's stupid. They don't have
Like
it.
some animals only see movements. Some animals like can only tell when other things are living, and just like they ignore everything else. Some animals only see in black and white. Some
Yeah,
animals see more colors than us. They see the heat currents in the sky, so they
yeah,
can fly.
yeah.
So reality is made up of so many different things. Our human eyes are only capable of a certain type of vision.
Yeah, that's not a good argument though
So
for metaphysics. Just because other creatures have different capacities with their eyes as a prove metaphysics,
yeah,
it doesn't. Um,
okay, yeah,
so,
bit of a tangent.
so since you're Catholic, you believe in the immortality of the soul, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you believe in that exactly? Still,
Oh, because why not? It's a soul. It's immortal.
you know Neoplatonism was where the immortal soul doctrine came from.
So my soul, I believe, existed even before I was born.
Yeah, that's Neoplatonism, man. That's the pre-existence of souls. That's from
Time
Neoplatonism.
is time is infinite. It goes backwards and forwards,
No, no. Yeah,
and
see,
then connects as
do you
a
know
globe in a circle.
who Origin of Alexandria is?
The Alexandria, the
Or
city in
Origin of
Egypt.
Alexandria. He was a church father.
Nah.
Okay, yeah, I would have thought you know about him by now if you're a Catholic. Origin of Alexandria was one of the early church fathers who I myself believe he was apostate. He mixed a lot of these Neoplatonic ideas and Greek
And yet you
philosophy.
believe like he's part of your tradition. He's a church follower.
Well, I myself don't believe he was completely legit because he apostatized from what the earlier Christians believed. And I myself believe that Anabaptism was the original Nazarene faith of the apostles. The early from the sermon from the Gospels to the Book of Acts. It was called the sect of the Nazarenes. We were originally a sect within Judaism. And then later on, when we were kicked out of the synagogues, we were called Christians. But the early faith of the Nazarenes is based on similar earlier Jewish apocalyptic sects like the Qumran sect of Judaism. They also believe the Messiah was divine and that
You don't believe Jesus was
pacifism.
divine?
Huh?
You don't believe Jesus was divine?
Yeah, I believe he's divine, just like the Jews did in the first century. Yeah, I don't disagree that he's divine at all. I just believe that Anabaptism is perfectly summarized by the early Nazarene faith. They also taught the 5 points, if you will, of pacifism, 0 ohms, no just warfare, and etc. All that came from the early Nazarene faith, and before them it was the Qumran Judaism, which they were pacifistic also. They didn't believe in oaths, etc. Because they believed that the Pharisees corrupted the Torah, the law of Moses and stuff. And so basically when Jesus came, he corrected the Torah, and he got his followers to come back to the original law before the Pharisees corrupted it. That's what Anabaptism is in a nutshell. And you see, the Catholics and the Protestants, they don't believe in the Sermon on the Mount. None of them do. And the Hebrew Roots movement, they don't believe in it either. Well, only the Anabaptists preserve the Sermon on the Mount. Yeah.
Do you realize you've extradited yourself from society?
Well, so did Jesus. Yeah. I
So
just
isn't
follow
that
the
like worse?
footsteps
It's like
of.
a bigger sin because you're not helping society. You're just stuck in your own beliefs.
Well, we consider the Munsterites and the Catholics and Protestants, we consider that anarchism in our theology. The world
Wouldn't that
calls
just
us
make us a little sense of
anarchists, but we
arrogance,
call the
which
exact
is a
opposite
sin?
anarchists because,
Anarchists.
yeah, we
You think Jesus is an anarchist?
no, I believe that all the world religions, by definition of the Sermon on the Mount, have rejected the Messiah, our King. So we believe
Oh yeah.
everyone else is an anarchist.
So you don't think it's worth helping anarchists? You just wanna, at least you're like going to go to heaven. You don't care about anyone else, basically. What it sounds like.
No. We care for all the people. Like we
Only if they convert to your exact faith, right? You don't care about them if they're
no,
agnostics
we
or
still
Catholics
there's
or
a
Protestants
j, j,
or non-religious.
But that's not very Jesus,
no
right?
So you don't believe in like looking after the common man.
yes we
So
do.
all you care about is that they follow your faith.
Yeah, well, either way, whether you're not in the elect
He
or
was hung
not,
out with
we
prostitutes.
still care for all people. It's just that we want them to come to the knowledge of
But
the
then if you're not
truth.
involved in politics, then you cancelled yourself from the whole debate because you're only fixed in studying your own theology.
Yeah, well, okay,
Like that's your main focus is your theology and beliefs,
yeah.
not what everyone else is doing. You have blinkers on.
Well, my theology, all it is, I just follow the original theology of Jesus and the apostles. I mean, this is why the Munsterites, they think we're the anarchists, but we call
Yeah,
the
I agree with
Munsterites
them.
the actual anarchists. Yeah, okay.
No, I think you're the anarchist.
Well, no, we believe the Munsterites are the anarchists because they threw out the Sermon on the Mount.
Like they physically threw it out. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, these are the ones who try to resurrect Old Testament practices like polygamy and iconoclasm. These were the guys who are destroying Catholic churches, Protestant churches, etc. And these guys, I believe that they were justly executed because they these guys were destroying Europe. These Munsterites, they misrepresented us, and they had to go. And I believe God to judge them. But I myself believe that everyone is a Munsterite who disagrees with true Anabaptism, and for good reason. To me, it's just common sense that it's because in the Sermon on the Mount it says that you can't serve two masters. I mean, either you'll hold to the one or serve the other. As simple as that.
Yeah, I agree with that. You
Yeah,
can only serve one person.
yeah. So see, you have.
I serve my boss.
So see, if you're Catholic, and if now I don't believe everything Catholicism is bad, by the way, because
Do you believe people all need to work?
I don't think everyone has to work. Like if you're going to full-time ministry, then you would.
That's a work too, though.
We believe in the living a life of poverty. So this is where we do agree.
Do you live in a life of poverty?
No, I myself don't. At least not right now.
How come? Don't you think you should? Isn't that part of your beliefs?
If I was given by revelation, then yeah, I would. If God told me in a vision to take a life of poverty, then yeah, I would. But I don't believe it. I've been called to it at all. But what I myself agree with in Catholicism, like I don't believe all of it is bad, because in the Nicene Church, they did believe in the real presence and in the sacrament of baptism and stuff. I don't believe that stuff is bad at all. I think that stuff is required. And what else? Yeah, the sacraments are a requirement.
What's your favorite sacrament?
Let's see. Baptism is a must, and the Eucharist
Well,
is
what's your favorite?
Probably the Eucharist. Probably. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You get to eat bread and wine then.
Yeah.
Get your free bread and wine.
Because the Nicene Fathers, they did believe in the real presence and the requirement of baptism, but they were also pacifistic.
Isn't that wait? Yeah. Baptism's metaphysical.
How so?
Because you're just putting water on yourself, but you believe through some unseen forces that is connecting you to the faith.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What if God isn't watching?
No, He is watching. It's God who gives the sacrament.
What if He isn't? That's a metaphysical belief that God can be watching everything at once.
It's not metaphysical.
It can't physically occur.
No, God is looking down from
Unless
above.
He has lots of.
God is looking down from above when we receive the sacrament. Because He's a concrete being.
Is He God like a big security guard? He's got all these monitors.
Yeah, the angels are His police. Yeah. Yeah, the angels.
The angels are His police.
Yeah.
Do the angels attack us? Do they, if we do the wrong thing?
Well, they're not coming back until the apocalypse, so not for now. No.
Has God ever spoken to you?
Yeah, I believe a few times that God has, spoken to me.
What did He say to you?
Let me try to think here. Let's see. Well, examples that when I read the scriptures and I'm in a particular study. Sometimes He just reveals certain pages that He reveals to me when it comes to a certain topic. Like He tells me, go turn here, or I will reveal this to you, etc., etc.
He tells you like what to read. Okay.
Yeah. So
has He ever told you to go and kill someone?
No.
Oh, that's good.
If anyone told me that, would be a demon, and so that would be a false
Yeah,
spirit. Yeah.
because a lot of people they believe that God has told them to go and kill some people.
Yeah. Here's the
It's a common thing.
here's the distinction here. Like you have to differentiate between the good spirit and the false spirits. Like when you hear voices, like you have to have the spirit of discernment. You know, like you have to know whose voice is of God's and whose is not the right voice. And
Mm.
yeah.
It's good you know the kind of things that God say, just in case you hear something crazy,
Yeah, see,
and you know to ignore it.
yeah, this is why I don't believe I'm a monster. I'm a full blown Anabaptist. I believe that you can have the best discernment if you follow all 5 points of Anabaptism. I believe it only makes sense if you follow all 5 points. And
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, but when it comes to the afterlife, that some people think that's metaphysical. I don't know if you could call it metaphysical or not, but what I believe is what the ancient Hebrews believed, that when you die, uh, the Hebrew word is rephaim. The Hebrew word for soul goes down into Sheol until the resurrection, and then at the resurrection you come back and then you're judged. But I don't believe the Rephaim are immortal like in the Neoplatonic sense. I believe that they're immortal, that God could destroy any souls that He wants, even before the end of the world. And that's still taught, by the way, to this day in Judaism in the synagogues. They teach Gan Eden versus Gehenna. Gan Eden is where good souls go. Gehenna is where evil souls go to, and souls can be destroyed there. And so they don't believe in the immortality of the soul doctrine, like the Catholic Church has taught. I believe that the earliest Nicene fathers themselves, they taught the soul is mortal, and then later on they started to teach the immortality doctrine when they got into Neoplatonism and stuff. Yeah, but when it comes to Catholicism, the Nicene fathers, they were sacramental, but they didn't believe in like icons or worshiping Mary or any of that other pagan stuff. That stuff is pagan. If you don't understand that's pagan, then you need to read the Nicene fathers to figure out what they believed in. They were Anabaptists, pretty much. And I mean, if you read them in their own words, I mean, you have to tell yourself, in the end, they were theologically Anabaptists. That's why I'm an Anabaptist, like scholars David Rousseau, Dean Taylor, etc. Versus Constantinianism. Yeah, well, I believe that all non-Anabaptists, I believe they're in the era of Constantinianism, or aka Munsterism. It's just the same thing, because they don't believe in the Sermon on the Mount.
Look, I'm gonna have to cut you off here.
Alright,
I've got some things to do.
okay.
But it was nice talking to you. I think we should pick up next week.
Okay.
Same time.
Okay,
Or
sure.
maybe an hour later, because I wasn't ready.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's been very productive. I think I won the debate. It was a
No,
debate, yes.
you had. Well, see, you didn't go on those links at all, and I mean,
Yeah, so you concede.
you proven yourself in the end. You're still post-Nicene. I mean,
No, exactly. I'm trying to prove that post-Niceanism is better
no,
than Anabaptism, and I
n-
did. I've done
no.
that.
I just
Well,
told
you
you.
disagree because you're my opponent, but I think the audience is
Well,
going to agree that
you are my opponent. And I'm your opponent, but I told you what the earliest
yeah, we're
Christians
just
believed.
different sides of the same coin. But I think I won, and I'm the heads, you're the tails,
You,
and it just landed heads today. Maybe next week.
yeah.
Maybe next week you'll have a better debate. Work on your
You need to
debating
next
style.
time
And,
quote me the post-Nicene fathers, and because you haven't really been talking about
sorry?
what I sent you. And
Sorry, I have to go. That's
all
all I
right,
can say.
all right.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.